almost. And we're live. What is up, dude?
What's going on?
You know, the same old dude. It is content every day, all day, every day. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
You absolutely know what I'm saying because
we are on the grind, man.
We're on the grind. Views are actually up pretty good, actually.
Yeah,
actually
going good.
Automotive guy, what's going on, man? Psycho, how are you? Thanks for being a member, sir. Appreciate it. Heyo, Subi life, dude. How is this? How is the Subi life going? There we go. I want to say those are maybe the two best emojis that we have. It's the patchy beard and the big brain, dude. Look at the big brain, dude. It's so funny. It's so good. B Watts, what's going on, dude? John Blanchard, how are you today? Shout out to John for being a member. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Loving this new Summit. All right, dude. I'll agree with that. I actually love the new Summit too, to be honest with you. I was very frustrated last night.
Yeah, you were. Same though, honestly.
I was hot, dude. That one event was a nightmare for me, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, both of those ones for me were pretty rough. The points ones on the road.
Yeah, on the road.
Drop your multiplier. Those are so tough. But yeah, it was pretty fun though. Nice little change of pace.
100%.
It was nice. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thought it was good.
Yeah. They need to reduce the tree hitboxes. Dude, the trees were the least of my problems, to be honest with you, bro. I had the issues with the little tiny little poles that were all along the road, and you can't even put the rear wheels in the dirt at all. Like at all. You put them in the dirt, you're gonna hit one of those poles and say goodbye to your freaking multiplier, man. Silver Rally, what's going on? Nick Bates says he's struggling with the drift point ones. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about, Nick. It's man, it was kind of tough. The first one was tough, but I ended up getting like a pretty lucky run. And as soon as I got it, I was like, that's it. We're not trying this again. But because we were doing the video, I just kept grinding the other one and I just kept messing up. I actually want to go back and do it. I don't know about you. Like, it's frustrating, but I definitely want another, like, I want a full score. I want to get through it without losing my multiplier to see what that score looks like. You know?
Yeah, it was rough for sure.
Yeah. What car you end up doing it with? Like, what'd you get the most points with?
The second one I used the RX-7, and the first one I had better luck in the R34. It just felt the best. Like, it was easier to maintain a drift in that than the other Nissans. They all freaking sucked.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people were using like the 370s, the Nismo.
Yep, that's what I used.
And I don't know, it felt terrible.
Yeah. Bubsito said the Summit is just meh. I'll just do it and hit gold. I think you could probably get platinum, dude. I think you can. You know, the weird thing about those drift points events is that if you get even just a halfway decent run, like if you can get a quarter of the way down the hill on that first one and not drop your multiplier for 25% of it, you can get like 100,000 points on the Summit. And that's honestly probably all you need. Like, you don't have to have 500,000 points like we got. Like, dude, I was looking at it like, man, I really want to go back and try these drift events because I was thinking I want to increase my score. I know I could do way better than that. But then I was looking at the difference between how many points you need to score more on the drift event and how many points that would equal in the Summit. and it's like it's so small, dude. You have to get like 30,000, 40,000 more points just to get like 300 more. And then I was looking at the difference between like me and like say Simji, which it doesn't look like that much. The difference in our summit points is only like 3,000, but in order to make that 3,000 up, I have to do so much better. It's wild. Insane. It's wild, dude.
Yup.
But anyway, I still kind of want to go back on that second one and see if I can't do it better. I was trying to do it in the RX-7. That's what I ended up doing in the video, and I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like that course is tough. There's a couple of really difficult sections on that course. Yeah. Like that one part where you're coming down the hill into that super hard hairpin. So you have to take that in like second gear basically, and then like nos out of it to try to, you know, keep your speed, and then you're just on like a
straight.
Yeah, dude, it's like you come to almost a complete dead stop, and then you have to go straight. So keeping your multiplier through that section is just so difficult. I kept dropping it there like almost every run.
Yeah, same.
I could make the turn, I could slow down, make the turn, no problem. But on that straight up the hill, I just kept dropping it, man. I don't know. Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, that one was definitely the toughest event of the summit for sure.
Yeah. Automotive guy says hands down the summit is not worth it for me. Why not? You don't want to get the tires? I mean, I guess the tires are just whatever if you're not like a huge fan of it. No hat swag, Steven. If you're just not like a huge fan of the vanities, or you just don't care about red or whatever, I guess that makes sense. But I like the tires, so I'm pretty pumped on those. It was it's a definite, you know, try hard summit for me. My favorite event though is the race that we did in the Evo 6. That was my favorite. That was my favorite event. Just because the course is so fast, and like you can drift everything in that course with that car, and that is so fun. It's just a fun way to race it, you know.
Yeah. I think the Hoonigan race, or the Hoonicorn race, the first one, I think that one could have been a lot more fun, but it's just so damn long.
Agreed. It needed to be tighter. It was too long.
Yeah, cut out at least one of the laps. It's a 3-lap race, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, and they're just so long. If it was a 2-lap, it would have been so much nicer.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot more fun.
100%.
You're like halfway through the 3rd lap, like I'm done.
I'm done with this, dude. Oh man. That is really silly, because that's actually, I think that a lot about some of these events. I'm always like, wait, there's a 3rd lap, dude? Why? You know? And then some of the events that are really fun, you're like, why isn't there a 3rd lap? What happened here? I don't know. But
I don't know. I like the objective of, like, you know, because you're trying to do it as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So then they give you like these extra laps, and it's like, oh my god, I gotta keep going. Like, it's more fun if it's a shorter race, and then you can keep trying to grind your time down on a short track.
Yes.
You know, over and over again.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I guess it does take more skill though, right, for the longer tracks, because less room for error.
Yeah, certainly you have more room for error in more room for error in those races. Right. There's longer, you're racing for longer, which means you have to be more consistent for a longer amount of time. And it just
that's what
I knew what you were saying, but it
just sucks. Like, you'll be almost done with your 3rd lap, make one mistake or something, you know?
Yes.
And then it's like, I got to redo this whole 5-minute race or however long it is.
It's like, damn, dude, I really didn't want to do that. And then you just make the decision, like, did I get enough points? Because if I did, I'm not doing it again. Unfortunately for me, because I put out the video every week, doing it, not having a clean run is not really an option. But it is what it is. Took me 48 tries to get one clean run on that event on the mountain with the Japan cars, and that's because I said F it, I'm just finished, and whatever I get
Yep.
is what I get. Yeah, Donzilla, I'm the same way, dude. I got like 300,000 something on that one, and it was not a clean run at all, and I gave up. I'm like, I'm not gonna be up till 6 o'clock in the morning trying to do this right now. And Bailey, I agree with you. Summit's very easy to get 1.2 mil this week. I think that's probably true. But
300K. Yeah, the score, not the summit points that you get after.
yeah, exactly. 300,000 in the event itself, and then that translates to like 155,000 or something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's close to max points on the summit. That really wasn't the point. My goal was to get through it without dropping my multiplier, and I couldn't do it. It just took forever. It took forever, dude. Oh man, Unluckiest says this is actually an important week for him because he likes that tire, and I agree with you there, man. I definitely like the tire as well.
I gotta be honest, I didn't look at the rewards at all. I don't even know what tire it is.
Oh my god, dude, that's honestly it's sad because it just tells you like the rewards have just not been good for the Motorfest summits. So
Yeah.
that's tough, but it is a new one. I mean, this is a new vanity. This is not a reused vanity. This is a Hoonigan specific vanity. So
Okay.
yeah, it is new. But I feel you, dude. I feel you. There's been way too many repeat rewards. There's been a lot of like really lackluster ones. Hopefully that changes, dude. Hopefully we can get some better rewards going forward. I don't know if they're quite ready to start giving out part sets. I feel like they still think like they designed the game long. Like it's a long game. You play and you try to get your legendaries. It'd be super nice if they introduced like full part sets. Like here's a Nitro Chem set for whatever, Alpha GP. Or in this case some drift car somewhere.
I get it though. Like the game is still very early, and it makes sense to have like these sets or the booster sets or whatever in the crew too. Because games went out forever, so the majority of people that are still playing the game already have all the parts.
Or they're brand new and they don't have anything.
Right. So it's just kind of to help the newer players that are getting back into it or whatever, getting into it for the first time.
Yep. I think it makes sense.
It's still a relatively new game, so everybody's kind of on like a more even playing field.
It's definitely evener, dude.
An evener playing field.
It's definitely evener. The what's silly is like we've been at this for what, 4 months now? It came out in September, right? Was it September? Was it the end of September? Or was it the beginning of? I can't remember. I think it was the beginning of September, right?
I don't know, somewhere around there.
Anyways, we got September, October, November, December. That's 4. January. So basically 5 months this game's been out. And in this 5 months, dude, they've added like I don't know, something like 40 cars. Something like that. I mean, I know some of them were from the Crew 2. Some of them were exclusive to the Crew 2 but were new, like the Gordon Murrays haven't even come across yet. What was the other one? The Nobles. Those were in the Crew 2. So like these were kind of like cars that were already kind of in the circulation, but they weren't in the Motorfest catalog. But we ended up getting them. Like, dude, I don't know. I guess 40 is probably too high. Maybe a conservative, more realistic number is maybe like 15 to 20 cars. New cars basically.
Yeah.
Over the course of 5 months, dude. Imagine if this game's title was Need for Speed Unbound instead of Motorfest, and they gave us 15 cars in the first 5 months, dude. Like
it'd be insane.
It would be crazy. We got excited about, we got one car I think in the first 4 months or something like that. It's like one car and like 3 reskins or something. Like damn. Crew Motorfest just adding cars left and right. Automotive Guy says we need ghosting. I assume Automotive Guy you're talking about the grand races. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like the ghosting idea, if I'm being really honest with you.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I'd be down to try it. I think Ghost, if they were to do it, it'd have to be maybe like just for the beginning. like the first few seconds of the race or whatever, just to get around the first corner.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like the idea of ghosting for the entire thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it would be a positive change if it was like the first 10 to 15 seconds, something like that. King says first minute. I think that's a little long. I think literally just enough to get through that first corner, because we start so close to each other, and then everybody kind of takes off at the same time, and everybody's hitting that corner at the same time, and everybody in the back is just, you know, full throttle into it because they're trying to catch up with everybody, and everybody knows that it's going to be a pile up in that first corner, so they're just like, you know, fuck it, let's see what happens, dude. Just full throttle it, see what happens. And a lot of times, guys in back, including, I've had it happen to me too, guys in back, you just full throttle it into the first corner, and sometimes you just bank off of everybody, and all of a sudden you're in fifth, you know? So I see why it happens. But yeah, if it was ghosted, that first corner, if it was ghosted, it, you know, it might force people to be a little more honest.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. They need to fix like when people crash and they reset, they need to like make the car not be there instead of being just invisible. Because I die so many times on an invisible car from somebody that has reset and it hasn't like despawned the car yet. It just got rid of the color.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the car's gone, it's not on the screen at all, and then I still crash into it.
Yes. I think
that's
that
gotta get fixed, dude.
Yeah. I think that's honestly just it's broken. I think the car is supposed to not physically be there, but it disappears visually before it disappears physically. Gentinario, what's going on, sir? Funny idea. Forced assist braking on the first turn so no one can dive bomb. Dude, imagine, dude. You're like full throttle into the first corner, everybody just brakes.
On the brakes.
You know what? Here's an even better idea. Why not just have a rolling start? Just rolling start, dude.
Yeah.
And
or just not make every route and every transition into a 90-degree turn.
Oh, dude, the transitions. Don't get me started on that.
Why is every there's not a single good transition that I can think of. They all, like, you swap your car into a freaking turn.
Yeah.
And you never get spawned in time to actually take the turn right. You're always screwed every transition.
Every one of them. I think
bad.
I think the fix to that is to just make the transition after the turn. So that you have to, like, there is that one transition. How can I describe where it is? So, you know, you go through, there's like a little S turn, and on the left there's like almost like, what does it look like? It looks like I don't know. I don't even know, but anyway, it has fences on the left, and then it's a hard 90-degree turn, and then you go up and over the bridge. So that hard 90-degree, I hate that transition also, but only because I want to try to take it as fast as possible, and it's hard, and you end up in the parking lot on the left. But that transition is miles better than the transitions where you switch your car and then you're into a 90-degree turn after you switch it. I would much rather switch the car after that 90-degree turn.
Yeah, for that transition, all they have to do is just move the transition closer to the bridge. Let you actually get around the corner before you swap. Yeah,
exactly. The only issue is that bridge is an S turn. You see what I'm saying? Like, you would be transitioning into the S turn.
Yeah, I don't know. All the transitions suck, dude.
They gotta work on it, bro. They gotta work on it.
It's not a good one.
Bailey hates the transition onto the bridge. I have figured that transition out, and I love it now because I can do it without hitting the tree on the right. I can do it without hitting the wall on the left. The one where you jump off the bridge, the Street 2 transition. I actually really like that one.
I can get it most of the time, but if you're not by yourself, the other person that you're around crashes and you die anyways. So
yeah, okay, fair.
I hate it. It's a dumb idea, honestly. Like, transition your car, and then you don't get your car most of the time until you're already off the bridge
in the air,
and then in the air
and uncontrollable.
It's just dumb. It's just the positioning of it is bad. Like, they can move that transition way further back before you jump off.
Yeah.
So you already have your car, and then it'd be so much nicer.
Yeah, that's agreed. It's not the It's not the best. There's really not any good transitions, to be honest. I'm
There's
trying to think of
not.
one, and I just can't think of any. Jexer says, can you please test the Porsche 917? What class is that in, Jexer? Let me know. We need actual Alpha Grand Prix racing on tracks. That shit would be insanely fire. I agree. I think that'd be cool if they could just like open up a door onto a track and have like a lap or two on an AGP, like on the track itself, and then like once you've completed that lap, then you exit off one of the turns.
They can even route like the grand race through it, can't they? Like,
I don't know.
there's a road that'll go onto the track, or no?
I don't really know how you get on the track, to be honest with you. I'm sure there is at some point.
Because I mean, that'd be kind of cool. You can go through and do like, you know, like a big lap around the track and then make you come back out.
Right. Right. Yeah, Centenario, that's exactly what I was saying, I think last time, is that the transitions are placed in such a way that it's exactly 33% of the track so that you get the same proportions per car. But you know what? I don't care if I have to go 1 extra percent in a rally car if the transition is nice. You know, they should completely trash can the rule of being 33% and just make it to where it's more smooth. Because the experience really matters more than anything. But yeah, I agree. That's exactly why the transitions are terrible. It's because they're based off of percentage. Donzilla said that the Grand Race streams have dropped his win percentage from 78 to 74. Donzilla, let me ask you a question. You're really winning 78% of your Grand Races? Because that's fire, dude. That's wild.
Yeah, it's really good.
Honestly, it's crazy good. I think I'm just over 30%. I calculated it the other day. I'm at 30.8 or something like that. I have like 1,000 and something Grand Races and like over 300 wins, something like that. Oh, Donzilla said, no, I'm talking 9 minutes full on Alpha GP only on the tracks. Make it its own playlist with pit stop mechanic. Dude, I would love to see. They do have a lot of potential with that. Can you imagine if we had pit stop mechanics in AGP? It'd be cool. I mean, I don't want like a sim. I don't want to play F1 on the Crew Motorfest, but
So I was just thinking, like, it is cool. I mean, just doing like the playlist or even like the summit events that have it, like it's kind of cool, but it's also kind of annoying.
yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
Yeah, true. Making good decisions isn't always their strongest area. Oh man, that's true. I feel like we're, as a community, we're pretty tough on IVT, and yet we still play their game all the time. And it's, I don't know. I happen to think they do pretty well. There's a few things that we like to complain about, but it's only because we love the game.
Yeah, we just want it to be better.
Yep. Exactly.
Like, we're not saying the game's bad. It's just these things would make the game so much nicer.
Yeah. Definitely. Luis Mendez, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you subbing. And welcome to the live stream, dude. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. This one is, you know, if you haven't caught one of our live streams before, this is Wednesday nights at 9. We just hang out and talk. You know, a lot of times it ends up being Motorfest. Sometimes we talk about food. Sometimes we talk about, I don't know, whatever. But it's whatever, man. It's literally just a hangout. We're chilling and talking. That's it. Just kind of a decompress for the week. But I appreciate you subbing, man. It's awesome. Unlucky says, old gen support is probably the reason why creative ideas are not getting implemented. I don't know if that's the reason creative ideas are not getting implemented. I think for sure there are technical limitations, but for the most part, I feel like the game is going the way that they designed it, if that makes sense. Like they haven't adjusted any plans because after they launched, they had issues with PS4 and Xbox. I think this is exactly the plan they had going into the year. We're going to release this content this time. We're going to release this content this time. Like, here's a new playlist here. You know, I just feel like it's they're not changing anything because of those consoles, but I don't know, maybe like they scrapped a few ideas that were like written on the drawing board when they were designing the game because of old gen, but I don't know.
Yep. Did you end up playing the new playlist?
Yes, the this surprise playlist that I was alluding to here in the title, the drift playlist, yes.
Yeah.
Dirty
Yeah,
says,
you guys
what
didn't know.
surprise?
Yeah, last night with the Summit update, they added a Drift Volume 2 playlist.
Yes.
So it's a new Drift playlist, and it's all like actual drift events, like
Yeah.
scoring points, not like the Toge ones that we had in the Summit, but more like the last one, like the Drift Donut.
Yep. They're all drift trials on closed drift circuits, and I like that they did that. I do say I know there's going to be people that are going to be like, these drift events are shitty or boring or whatever. I'm sure there's going to be people like that. But I will say this. We didn't know we were getting this, really. I mean, there was some speculation in the community that we were getting a playlist and it was going to be a drift playlist, but there wasn't really any confirmed anything until like a couple of days before. And for them to drop a new playlist in the middle of the season is just awesome. It's awesome, dude. Because
it's really cool.
And especially because I think PvE content was like lacking a little bit. I think PvE content needed a little bit of a boost because a lot of those players had left. You know, they're not necessarily interested in the grand races or grinding for legendary parts or doing the summit every week. They're just here to have a good time and race and, you know, and do the PvE content. And I think a lot of those players left. And now that there's a new playlist, even though it's a little bit short, I would say it's on the shorter side. I think it's cool. I think it's good. I think it extends the life of season 2 for people who had sort of tuned out. You know, oh, there's a new playlist. Let me go back and do that real quick. There's 25 new challenges. So now you do the playlist and you got challenges, you got new feats, you got the photo ops. And so I feel like it just kind of, I don't know, it was just like a little, you know, little shot of adrenaline for anybody who had, you know, maybe got bored a little bit.
Yeah. I really liked it too. I actually really enjoyed the playlist. I'm a fan of like those drift trial events, and the new tracks that they added were actually like pretty. I thought they were really cool.
Yeah.
Like yeah, you had one that was like over like Pearl Harbor, so you're all over like all the different ships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they had other ones where you're like hanging off the edge of mountains and stuff. I don't know, it was cool.
Yeah. No, it was visually, it was great. I just think the events were they were really similar, the events that we did. Like it was very like the same thing, but like kind of a new car and a new path, obviously. It's not like the same thing, but it just kind of all felt the same, with the exception of the last 2 events that had the obstacles. But I just think it was, I don't know, it was fine. To me, it was fine. And I'm glad that they added it because I think it's just adds to the PvE content catalog. Like, dude, think about what they did to the crew too over the course of 5 years. They just kept adding basically these things. They would add like, you know, 5 or 6 events with a summit update, or like, and they just kept doing it over and over and over again. There was like something different and new to play. And even though players rush through it, right, and they play it in literally 25 minutes and they play the whole thing, it adds to the value of the game over time. Like, look at all these different events now that they can make summits about. Like, literally, that's 7 new drift events that they could put in future summits. That's the way I was looking at it. Like, the more they add to it, the better.
Wasn't there only like 2 of those types of events before this playlist?
I can tell you right now, actually.
I think it was like 2, maybe 3. I know there was the donut one, and then there was the Ebisu style, which was in the Japan playlist.
I'll tell you right now.
Oh, actually,
I have a full list of the events, which I'm
trying to remember the first drift playlist. There might have been like 2 in that, actually. So I think there was like 3 total, I think.
All right, there was Oh, I don't have this sorted. Let me sort this real quick. I got all the data here, man. I wrote it all down. What did I have this under? Discipline. Okay, drift. There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drift races, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drift trials. Now, of those drift trials, the Ebisu style was 1. Screw X Drifter was 2. Dream Spiral was 3, and then the other 2, I believe, were
like the ones we had in
on.
the summer?
Yes, they were on the roads. So
Right.
yeah, it was only 3 proper drift events in the game. So now you got 7 more. That's 10 that they can pick from now to put into various summits, which it's perfect. I mean, they just needed to balance it a little bit. I think I think coming up they should focus on motocross. I think they should focus on rally. There's like almost no freaking rally. There's 2 rally courses in the entire game. Everything else is rally raid. There's only 2 rallies. It's crazy, bro. There's tons of dirt roads, bro. Give us some rally paths. And rally is awesome because you can take it on road and off road. You can do a mixture. So there should be tons of rally. Dude, I can't wait for a rally update. Like, let's get some rally stuff
fun.
going. But anyway, yeah.
American Savage, yes, planes will be in the next summit. There's a low altitude feat. So you're gonna want to get a plane with your score breaker. On it.
Yep, you got to get score breaker.
I probably am just gonna say screw it and not do that because I don't want to grind out plane.
I forget what I have, to be honest with you. I don't even know if I have the parts.
I'm just gonna skill affix the parts that I have and then call it a day because I am not grinding out planes.
Yeah, I think
boring.
I think that would probably work, to be honest with you. If you don't want to grind out score breaker, you could probably get enough points for the summit just by having skilled as your affix. On gold parts, obviously. I mean, you want to have gold parts for sure.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use whatever the max parts I have are.
Yeah.
I only get parts from the occasional airplane grand race that we have.
The one airplane grand race that we have. You get like 3 parts every 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I did grind a little bit of planes, and I probably will farm planes, to be honest with you.
I'll take gold over farming planes. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I wonder if you can switch to a car in the low altitude and use score breaker for that. Dude, that would be wild. I don't think you can. I think as soon as you hit the ground, it stops your thing.
Yeah, because you're touching the ground then.
Yeah.
You can easily grind plane parts by doing the 1 slalom in the forest.
Maybe
like seconds per run.
What plane do you recommend for that? Because you definitely, for slaloms, you need to have one of the planes that has like really quick steering or whatever.
Zivco or whatever. The little tiny plane that like moves around crazy fast.
Yeah. Okay. Zivco Edge for slaloms, P51 for speed. I was using I feel like the 12 seconds per run is about what it was taking me for what the heck is that thing called? It's
an escape.
It's an escape.
The river or something. Not the river.
Yeah, it is on a river, but it's called, I don't remember. But anyway, it's one of the escapes that I recommended in the videos. You just go through it and then go up, and you just stay low to the ground and you can get it. And it's definitely I won't say it's less than 12 seconds, but it's very close. It's like 10 to 15 seconds. It's very similar. Made a plain farm guide for the best for the forest slalom. It's faster than the escape I tested, at least after the nerf. Okay, makes sense.
Okay, maybe I'll grind it out for a little bit and see how it goes.
Maybe has convinced him. Maybe it's like the plane.
I'll try it a few times and then I don't know. depending on how hard it is or how boring it gets. I'll take what I got.
Yeah. I plan to do just like a little bit every day, like 15 minutes of grinding. You can get a lot of parts in 10 or 15 minutes, you know, maybe like 40, 50 parts in 10 or 15 minutes, and then just call it a day and just come back later, you know? I think it's fine. Are we excited for the first plane low altitude? No. I mean, you know what? Low altitudes were actually one of the things I had a lot of fun with in the crew too. But I just feel like the plane handling in Motorfest just doesn't feel the same, dude. I don't know. It just doesn't feel good, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of the planes or the boats.
Yeah,
Just
no.
not my thing.
Yeah.
I'd rather just, race a car.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the majority of people that play the game are with you on that one.
Like, it is cool that it's in the game. Like, you can fly around the maps and, whatever, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just not my favorite. I'd rather do other things.
Yeah. Ledger, what's going on, man? How are you? Oh my god, maybe has 3 full score breaker sets now for planes.
Can you give me one?
Yeah. How about they introduce trading? That'd be nice.
Trading.
Imagine, dude. Can I trade you? I'll sell you this full score breaker set, but I want, 10 million bucks. People that just don't want to grind the bucks, but they have the sets,
No, they would just do like pay to win before they did something like that. Just sell part sets for crew credits.
Yeah, I don't like that idea.
No. Is this legit pay to win?
Yeah, I don't like the pay to win thing. Not my favorite, but I think it'd be cool just to trade parts if there was like an open market for trading parts for bucks. It would have to be an in-game currency. It couldn't be a crew credit. It'd have to be in-game. Bucks or hell, spare parts. It'd be really nice if there was like a shop, like some sort of like secondary market where you could just go in with your spare parts and purchase it from the shop. It would just have like this random, like in Destiny or Destiny 2 where you have like what's his name, Zur is just kind of like in this random location.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the black market. You could just go in and buy whatever like legendary Friday. Parts every Friday. I think that'd be cool. Just like once a week, just this dude that pops up with a pop-up shop somewhere on the map, and you have to go find him, and then he's got like random legendary parts that you can purchase for what do you call them, the spare parts or bucks or whatever. I think it'd be cool. It'd be a neat idea for sure.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Chintanari said, I think Oz came up with an idea of like trading 5 epics for 1 legendary. That'd be kind of cool too.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
You can trade up your parts.
Yeah. I think it'd be great. I think you should be able to like that would be a trade up system would be cool, or like some sort of I hate to call it like a crafting system, but it is kind of like that, where you just like you gather 5 epic parts of a suspension or whatever, and then you can make with those 5 suspension parts you can make a legendary one, with a specific set of set bonus. It has to be specific though. I want to be able to earn it. I hate the RNG behind the part system.
It's so bad, dude. Re-rolling affixes, I was just telling you again last night, like I do every time I have to re-roll affix. It's the absolute worst thing in the game.
Literally the worst.
I hate it so much, dude.
And they made it so much worse.
Long. It's just straight RNG, and it takes so long to roll every single time. Just the waiting period for it to roll.
Yeah.
And then it's just straight RNG on whether you're going to get the right affix you want.
It's
and
terrible.
Then once you finally get the affix, now it's another round of straight RNG trying to get the percentage that you want. And it's like, oh my god. Then you have 2 affix you have to roll per part on 7 parts. It takes so long to freaking get the affix that you need.
It's a ridiculous system. It's just a bad player experience, and I think because of that they might change it if we make a big enough stink about it. Like it's such a bad system. Like you're literally sitting there for 25 minutes re-rolling parts for an entire set. Like if you have the right set bonus and you're just trying to get the right affix on there, It takes so long. Like the money is not even the issue anymore because they reduced
No.
it from the crew 2. The money's fine. I think the currency it takes it, but it's just so painful. Like I would much rather it say, "Hey, we're gonna have you re-roll this thing 27 times in order to get the one you want. That's gonna cost you $160,000. Do you want to do it? Yes. Can I just pick which one I want? I just want to pick it. I don't want to sit here and I want to race. I want to play the game."
Spend all the time that you were gonna spend playing, sitting in a menu, re-rolling affixes.
Oh,
it's so
crazy.
stupid.
It's such a bad experience. I just hope I hope they look at it or address it going forward. IBT, if you're listening, please address the affix problem. I like that we can change it. I don't like that it's completely random, and the fact that it takes so long to do one.
Yeah, and like Donzilla maybe were saying, then you get frustrated and you're just spamming it, and then you skip over the affix after it finally pops up.
Exactly,
you have to
dude.
sit there and do it again. Yeah, it's the worst.
It's the worst. Vincent Nash, what's going on, man? I saw your comment. We were just in the middle of talking. How are you today, sir? Ledger says, does anyone have audio troubles with the Grand Race? Because engine audio and stuff is like never working. I've tried uninstalling, reinstalling, didn't fix it. So Ledger, do you notice that it happens right after using an electric car? Because I do have the bug where if I use an electric car, sometimes, not every time, sometimes the audio will go out after I use it and I won't have anything. And it's connected to the NOS. It's a bug with the NOS. You don't use electric cars. Okay, well, anyways, anybody who does have that issue, if you go into free roam and use your NOS, it actually will reset the audio volume to normal with your other cars, and then you switch back into a regular car and you're good. But until you can get back into free roam and use your NOS, your audio's messed up. But Ledger, I'm not sure, man. I don't have any. My issue was always after using an electric car.
Yeah, the only audio bug that I ever get is like the off-road like explosions.
Oh, dude, I just started getting those. Those are super annoying.
You were having that problem yesterday on stream.
Yep.
But yeah, it happens to me all the time. Like after doing a rally section or something, just every little bump you hit or anything,
yeah,
your just freaking eardrums explode the whole race.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. Manix, what's going on, man? And Zhao Vitor, how are you doing? Let's see. Why do they do these summits? They have these cool concepts and they always include a map or two that just makes me hate the game.
Good question.
That is a good question. I'm not really sure, but I do think this is one of those love it or hate it type of summits. I think if you find drifting fun, you're gonna love the summit. If you think it's a pain in the ass, then you're probably gonna hate the summit. What I do think is that it's a good change of pace. It's definitely something new, something we haven't done before. We can't complain about repeat events because they're literally all drift events. So it's, I don't know. I think it's a nice change of pace, whether you like it or not. It's something different, and yeah.
Oh shit! I got an earthquake just now, dude.
Dude, I can see it. I can see your camera shaking. Oh my god, you good?
I think so. That was a big earthquake.
Dude, your whole monitor shook.
Yeah,
I'm not even joking, dude. That was wild. I was wondering what was happening. I thought you were just like messing around with something on your desk.
Nah, there was just a big ass earthquake.
Oh my god. That is insane.
Yeah.
Well, nothing fell over, so.
That was weird.
It's nothing like having an earthquake live on stream, dude. That's nuts.
Yeah, dude. That was wild, actually. I was like just looking around like, wait, what's going on?
It's always like, dude, it's always like the first part of it. Yeah, you just don't know how big it's gonna get.
Because it always starts like a little bit shaky, and then it's like this could get real bad.
Yeah, you're just waiting for it, dude. That's nuts. Let's see. King says car control in TCM is PETA. What's PETA? What does that stand for? These young kids saying PITA. I don't know what that stands for, dude. Why is the Mitsubishi so damn fast for the Summit? It felt unreal, dude. Donzilla, you're not lying, bro. Oh, pain in the ass. Got it. Thanks, Kings. I'm old and I don't know what things are. Yeah, dude. That Evo 6 is nutty fast, bro. Like crazy fast. I cannot wait to he said, dude, I'm older than you. Well, I don't know, man. That's my excuse for everything. My excuse is I'm old. But anyway, yeah, that Evo 6 is fast, bro. I can't wait to actually test it, like, on my drift test course of Scotto versus Scotto.
Wow. Dude, that was a 4.5 centered in San Bernardino.
In San Bernardino? Oh, that's close.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
right
that was
next to my
close.
house.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah.
Maybe says I saw a live stream last month of someone doing drift world record attempts. Pretty interesting. Not many in the scene though. This is their kind of summit. Apparently the strat is to skip the first checkpoint, do the whole run, then reset near the end, do it a second time. Yeah, that is definitely one of the tricks to the drift events. I didn't put it in the summit guide because I found out about it after we made the guide. But basically, yes, you can skip the first checkpoint and stay on the path, get your score, and then reset to make sure you have enough time. The issue though that I saw with it is that you kind of end up with a similar amount of score unless you really optimize the run. Like, I don't know. It just, to me, it seemed a little, it's definitely better. Like, you can definitely get more. Maybe, I'm not saying you can't. Obviously, that's the way the world records are doing it, but it's something that's I don't know. You really have to optimize the run. Vincent says, did I miss us talking about the new drift lists? They're good, and I want there to be more to do with those tracks. No, you didn't really miss it, Vincent. We talked about it a little bit, but yeah, man, it was, I think the drift trials are cool. I think it just adds to the overall catalog for different content for the game. So yeah, it is what it is. I think it's good. If you're Rhino, it's super easy. Absolutely. Well, I don't know if it's super easy. He did his whole summit run, from what I understand, with a broken finger. So that's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Because the dude scored so much more than I did. And I got all my fingers working properly. Lil Ramen, am I going to test the MX-5? It is already done, sir. That one's coming out soon. When did we have that scheduled? Probably not tomorrow. Oh, I tested it, but I didn't actually make the video yet, so it's not done. The testing is done, but the video hasn't been made yet. Any tips for playing manual on grand races? What's like the best tip for playing manual? Like, what would be your number one tip for someone who's transitioning to manual?
Sorry, I was looking at that freaking
The earthquake
clip. Yeah, I wanted to see what it looked like on the cam.
Oh, got it. I
totally got like sidetracked there. That was my bad. I was like, how bad did that look?
It didn't look bad. I just saw everything shaking. Like, you could see it was shaking. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I just saw it. All right, my bad. What'd you ask me?
I said, what's like...
lock it in.
Vic wants to know if any tips of playing manual in the grand races.
Any tips for
like
that?
What's your number one tip for someone who's transitioning from automatic to manual? Like, what would you say?
I don't know, it's tough. It just takes a lot of practice, I think. Just like getting used to knowing like the speed, like what gear you should be in depending on what speed you're going. And like knowing like when you're coming into corners, you know, you have to know like how, like what gear you need to downshift into.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a lot of practice. And then like, to me, like, it's just kind of like second nature. Like, I don't know. Almost every car that I've driven in real life has been manual and stuff. So, you know, I don't know. It just comes natural, like to me. But I know people who've only raced like in games and stuff automatic.
Yeah.
It's just gonna take time.
Yeah.
And also like sound, like the sound is huge.
Oh, it's
like
huge.
listening to the car.
Yeah, it's huge.
And, like the car will tell you when it needs to shift, you know?
Yeah. Even if you redline it in every gear, at least you're listening to the fact that your car's telling you need to shift, and then finally you'll figure out where that sweet spot is. But the transition from automatic to manual is always really hard. It's a really like steep early learning curve, but then as you start to as you get better at it, it definitely gets easier and easier and easier. Like your skill level will start to feel a lot better. But the most painful part is that first week of using it. That's going to be your most painful part. But the issue is that you just like, how do I say this? Like in automatic, you don't have to think about what speed you're going into a corner, because you're just going to brake until you can make the corner, right? But in manual, you have to know the corner. You can't just like enter the corner at whatever speed you want. You can't just enter it at any gear you want, because you're going to end up going slower than if you were just in automatic. So the idea obviously is to go faster than when you're in automatic. And to do that, you have to know the corner. You have to know how fast you can go through that corner. So it just takes time, dude. It's just time behind the wheel using a manual transmission. That's it.
Yep. Just takes a lot of practice. But the good thing though is like I use manual for fun. I don't use it like to be faster. Like I'm not that competitive. Like I don't care. I use it because it's more fun to me. But automatic in this game is actually pretty good. It's not that much slower than swapping the manual.
You guys would be really surprised. I did some testing on it too.
Yeah, he has a video on it where he actually breaks it down. It's like, sure, in the long run, like if you're going for times or whatever, like obviously manual would be the way to go, but the amount of time that you're saving by switching to manual is not that big.
No, it's very similar. And it's not always that way in all games. Like in this game specifically, I think they did program automatic really, really well. Now, there are some limitations, and that's why the fastest racers are all using manual. But those limitations are not going to make a bigger difference for you, for like a regular, like just always automatic player. Those differences are not going to make a bigger difference than just simply like learning the tracks and learning the cuts and the grand races, and like learning all those things are going to make you faster in a big way. Manual and automatic, the difference is very similar, or the difference is very small. So, you know, that's really just for, like you were saying, it's kind of more for fun than anything. Unless you're competing for world records, the Switch is really just for fun and to challenge yourself into something new, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of, I agree with you. That's my take as well. Lil Ramen says he's a car nerd, so manual's necessary. Yeah, I love driving manual in the crew. I hated it in Need for Speed. Like, just not my thing.
I agree.
And it's not even like the controls were different. Both games you have to shift with the bumpers. So, well, I guess you don't have to in this game, right? You can remap it.
Yeah, you can remap. It was harder in Unbound for me. Like I didn't like using manual in Unbound just because of like the burst NOS mechanics and everything. There was just so much going on. It, you know, it was just a little harder. The skill gap was a lot bigger.
But it wasn't. Yes, it was harder, but you would have easily picked it up because I did it in like a couple of weeks and it wasn't that big of a deal. But at the same time, it did not feel more fun. It felt like a chore. It felt like, oh my god, I have to like, okay, shift now, you know, micro drift this and then burst NOS and then shift again, and then it's like, Jesus, man, I gotta think about all this stuff at the same time.
It was just so much going on, like with your fingers.
Yeah, dude, it was wild.
I was like, I don't care if I'm slower, I'll just drive automatic.
Oh my god, do you see Centenario's comment?
Oh yeah, that sounds terrible,
dude. That is horrible. Right stick up and down? Why? Are they trying to make it like an actual stick shift car? Like, Jesus,
dude. H pattern on your stick.
Imagine. Dude, I'd be missing third and fourth every time.
Third. Yeah, I keep money shifting into first.
I would just skip it and go straight to fifth. Like second to fifth, dude, all day long. I'd put it in reverse on accident, trying to downshift into fourth. Imagine. Oh my god.
Whoa, dude, you see freaking Grinch flaming?
No, what'd he say?
Pepperoni pizza with pineapple and jalapenos with a little bit of barbecue is actually
Hell
really good.
yeah, dude. Grinch, did you actually tried that? Did you try it because of my recommendation? Please tell me you did. Dude, tell me please that you did.
Automotive guy. No more food.
No more food. Happy, yes, people unfortunately do still disappear.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, let's go, dude. It is fire, bro.
Man,
It is
putting
fire.
people on.
I know. We got the recommendations, bro. Judgenaris is using 8 shifter now and can confirm I've missed many gears. I still skill issue a lot. I can imagine. Played manual 2 days ago. Only got 3 first podium from 60 or 70 attempts, I think. It'll take time, Vic. It's gonna take time because right now what's happening in your brain is you're reprogramming how you drive these courses. It's not just like the shifting. Like honestly, the shifting is like pressing the bumpers and shifting up in the gears is not even the issue. The issue is knowing how fast you can go through a corner and what gear you need to be in to accelerate out of it. That's the issue. Are you gonna watch the Rolex 24? Automotive guy, I'm sorry, man. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't either.
Only use manual
Dude,
for VR
cool.
games. Mostly Dirt Rally 2, but I also drive manual in real life, so it definitely helps. Yeah, I agree. I learned how to drive a manual car before I learned how to drive an automatic.
Oh, it's a race.
And what's really funny about that is my grandpa, who taught me how to drive an automatic, I think I was 12 at the time. I drove one of the hardest, well, I don't know if it's one of the hardest, but definitely at the time it was a very difficult car to drive, which is a Volkswagen Beetle, an old Beetle. It was like a 66 Beetle that he had, and the clutch was so hard. I was 12, and he told me that I had to learn how to drive backwards, because if I could learn how to drive backwards, then driving forward is no problem. So we drove backwards using the clutch and reverse, so I didn't have to actually shift. And then once I got comfortable with like the clutch and the gas pedal, like where the clutch would let out and where the gas pedal would take over, and that once I got like used to that, then driving forward was super easy.
Yeah. I bought a manual car without knowing how to drive manual.
Yeah, so did my brother.
But, I mean, I had he did.
Oh look,
But
Centenario did the same thing.
Like I grew up riding like dirt bikes and stuff. So like I know how it worked, it's kind of the same thing except for it's the clutch is with your hand and you shift with your foot. But it's
Right.
it's the same idea,
It
same
is.
concept.
Yep.
So the transition into a car, like it was a little bit rough like at first, but after like an hour of like driving around my neighborhood, it was down easy.
Yeah.
Just took a little bit to get used to it.
Yeah, but it sounds like you already had like the knowledge of like what the physical things need to be in order to make the thing go. So you knew how to do it even though you hadn't done it.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a weird one. Just straight up bought a car. Like my dad's like, "Do you even know how to drive, man?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, I've never.
Wait, which car?
I've never driven a manual.
Which car was that? That was your STI?
Yeah.
Or your
STI.
WRX?
Yeah.
I keep wanting to call it an STI because the damn thing was a rocket ship, dude.
It was insane, dude.
It was a rocket ship, dude. It was faster than most STIs.
Yeah, it was.
It was for sure tuned, and I don't know what tune was on it.
No, me neither. It had a bunch of like, at the very least, just like bolt-on stuff is what I could tell.
Yeah.
And then it had a like an access port holder like on the dash. So the person that had it before had a tune on it.
Gotcha.
And I don't know, that thing was like, it was insanely fast.
Yeah. Yeah, quick side note, Donzilla, yes, you can remap the buttons. If you want to change shifting to X and B, you can do that. You go into, I think it's in the control menu. I don't know which menu. It's in the settings, but you can remap anything to anything. So if you want to change the handbrake instead of X, you can change it to right bumper and make that your shift up or shift down or whatever.
Yeah, Chinchnario was a Cobb. It had the Cobb access port little like holder that stuck to the dash. It was still there when I bought the car, but
yeah,
I don't know. I never like dynoed it or did any sort of actual mods. I did put an exhaust back on it. It had the stock exhaust on it, so I bought an NVIDIA titanium exhaust and threw it on there.
That thing was insane, dude. You had 2 fat cans on the back, dude.
Huge cans, dude.
They were like the size of my face, bro.
There was a vape in the car too.
It came stock with a vape.
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that car was so sick, dude. Oh my god, it sounded insane. It was fast as hell.
Oh, it was nutty.
It was great, and then I broke it.
Yep. I mean, it happens, dude. If you didn't break it on accident, it probably would have broke it eventually anyway. Those engines always bust.
Yeah, it was starting to get the classic little fuel starvation deal going, where it was just burning up fuel and stuff. So, or not fuel, sorry, oil.
Yeah. All Subarus come with a complimentary vape once you buy it from the dealer. It's an option. Yeah. You guys want the vape package? It's only an extra $1,500.
Yeah. You have to select a freaking nicotine level. They're like, what nicotine level do you want?
Yeah, exactly. You like mint or you like cherry? I don't know.
Are you more of a 3 or a 6 milligram type of guy?
What does this have to do with a car, bro? I'm trying to figure out what it's, instead of MPG, it just says MG. 6 mg, like, dude, I don't 6 miles per gallon doesn't sound that good. No, that's the vape, dude. Also, oh my god, that's fucking funny. The yeah, Paper Assassin, I did finish the new playlist. I did. I also already tuned the MX-5. I just haven't put the video out yet. It'll be soon, in the next day or so. Donzilla says that's just gonna help me so much more. Damn near 1,000 races in this game, being out almost half a year, and now I'm just hearing this. It's funny, dude. That's what happens when you just go play around in the settings. How to grind plane parts. You can actually, Gigi, I have a legendary parts guide out if you want to watch that. You can always go check out Maybe, who is in chat here. If you scroll up, you'll probably be able to see his name. You can always check out his channel as well. He's got some good plane guides. He's kind of the plane savant over there.
Yeah, it's like when you see the summits and all the top scores for the slaloms are in planes. That's you can think maybe for that one.
Yeah, it's definitely Maybe's fault, dude. New Miata feels pretty good. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. It's not terrible.
I'm gonna be real. I didn't like it.
Did you tune it though? Did you tune it?
I didn't tune it, but I did. I unlocked it, and then I went back to the summit to try and see how it would do. I used it in the first race instead of the Unicorn, and it felt terrible. And then I tried it in the a couple of the other drift, the Japan one where you could use any Japan car.
Yeah,
it felt terrible there too, and I was like, okay, I'm not a fan of this.
With a good tune on it, I was playing around with it a lot. It actually transitions really fast. Like if you change, I figured out there's a few settings you can tweak to make the transitions like really good, and I think it would be pretty nice for the Japan one if the tune was right. But anyway, yeah, it does feel good once it's tuned. It feels very slidey, very controllable, transitions really well. But it doesn't score a lot of points. Like there are cars that just score like crazy. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Have we made pro settings on the M500? I don't think I did. I'm gonna check right now though.
Yeah, on the M500, I don't know. The M600 for sure.
Yeah, M600 I did for sure. M500.
I haven't used the M500 yet.
No, I tried it a little bit in a stock state, and then I realized the M600 was way faster. So I did not do it yet. I do not have pro settings for the M500, but let me check the pro settings app real quick to see if Acor has one out.
He does.
There you go. So
yeah, I see it right here.
who is that asking? The water guy? Water guy, if you want to go to the pro settings app, which is just builds.militiagamingco.com. Actually, I'll just put it in chat. Hopefully this, let me do the full HTTP so we get the link here. Builds.militiagamingco.com. All right, so that takes you to the tune app for Motorfest, and that has a collection of tunes from various tuners, mostly me and Acor, but there's some spots of different things in there, like the Toucan tunes. I think Goliath has a tune in there. Yeah, Goliath has a couple tunes in here. I know Simji is probably going to be adding his tunes at some point, but it takes a lot of work. Anyway, yeah, if you go there, Water Guy, you'll find tunes. Even if it's not mine, you'll be able to find something. And in the hypercar class, believe it or not, dude, I was telling you this the other day. In hypercar, between myself and Acor, we have covered everything except 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 cars, dude. Only 5 hypercars are missing. We have tunes for every other hypercar in the game except for these 5, so that's pretty wild. Between Acor and myself, we've done a lot of hypercar tuning. I want to finish them off too. I'll probably focus on them next week because this week is like all drift. So I've been doing a lot of drift testing. But anyway, is the new Noble that we could buy from the pack any good? Yes, the M600 is phenomenal. It's very good. It's in my meta conversation video that we did this week.
Is it the 600 or the 500 in the pack? I don't remember. I thought it was the 500. Unless it changed.
In the pack. I don't know if it's in the pack, but I know last week in the summit we got the 600.
No, we got the 500 in the summit.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we got the 500 in the summit, and then, or you could have bought it. It was weird. They had it for sale, or it was a platinum reward.
Oh, I don't remember it, to be honest. Centenario, I think you're definitely alone in that. However, I don't think you're that far off. I'll be honest. I think tuning is very minor differences that you only notice if you're driving the exact same course over and over and over and over again. Like, I test every hypercar on the exact same course. I know exactly how fast each of the cars can take that first corner, and I know exactly where cars end on that corner, and I can see, because I go into it looking at the speedometer, I'm entering this corner at, let's say, 275 miles an hour, and I take it, I hit the apex perfectly. Where do I end? Okay, now I change my ARBs or my camber or whatever I'm changing in the settings, and then I do the exact same thing. I'm entering it at 275, I hit the apex, where's the car ending? And if it ends in the same spot, if it ends in the same spot but I kept my speed up, you know we've just added a little bit of grip to the car, and it's actually good. It's very, the differences are so small that it is really just more about the way the car feels rather than what the car is capable of, if that makes sense. Like I've talked about this before in the podcast, but I don't think everybody knows this. because we've tuned so many cars on the channel and I've talked with other tuners, the difference in your lateral G stat, which is basically how many lateral Gs can the car withstand while in a corner before it either loses grip or whatever. And that lateral G stat only changes 1, maybe 2 hundredths of a point. Not hundredths of a point. Yeah. What am I saying? Like if your lateral G is 1.45, you're not going to see anything more than a 1.47 or anything less than a 1.43 ever. It's 1 or 2, and that's it. And that difference is so small in the grand scheme of things. So the car itself it comes with a base stat that sort of really defines what that car is capable of, and your tune really doesn't change what the car is capable of. It only changes the way it feels, if that makes sense. So, and by changing the way it feels, if it feels more like what you want it to feel like, then you can drive it faster, and that's really what it is. So I don't know. Yeah.
Yep. You described that very well, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah. I normally go in and I just adjust things to make it a little more twitchy and turn in a lot faster. But yeah, like you were saying, other than that, you can't make it take a corner faster, really.
Not really. Not really.
And also, some cars are like really receptive to tunes.
Yes.
Like you can barely move anything, and the way it'll feels like completely different.
Yes.
And then other cars, you can max out a million different things, and it feels like it does.
Feels the same. One of those cars.
It's very weird.
What did we tune recently that we thought that? What was the car we were messing around with? Where like we tried.
I think it was the Bolide.
It was the Bolide
too that someone had, and it was like this. It all feels the same.
We tried so many different things with this Bolide, and like max settings one way, max the other way, all to the right, all to the left. We did literally everything to the Bolide, and it felt almost the same every single time. It was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, Centenario. I agree with you, man. I think the feel of the car changes, but the pace of the car doesn't really change. It's all about feeling. But the pace it can do is the same. It's just a matter of, can you do that pace with the way it feels? That's kind of my take on it. Also, I think wheel may have an effect on what you feel, since the filter on wheel is totally different. Like it just turns max no matter what on wheel. Yeah, absolutely. 100% wheel is, you're gonna have to tune differently for wheel. 100%. It definitely changes what the car's capable of. P-Tracer, what is up, sir? I wonder if why final drive is even there. I've never seen anyone change it. Okay, so you will, Tracer, on a couple of my drift tunes, I do change the final drive. Generally though, with racing, you don't. With any type of racing in the game, you really don't want to change that. I can't think of one scenario where the final drive needed to be changed. The thing is though, if we're getting into the real nitty gritty of tuning, okay, that is the one setting that could be changed every single time you go to a different course. So like if you go to, let's say, Kyusha Spirit, for example, it's a little tighter. There's a lot more acceleration from like the mid gear, like third, fourth, fifth, up in the transmission. You accelerate out of the tighter, gutter turns and switchbacks. Whereas if you go to like something like Kiss Me Combi, which is basically wide open the entire time, and Kiss Me Combi, you would want a much longer gear range, and the top speed matters a lot more. But on Kyusha Spirit, you could drop the final drive down a little bit and get much better acceleration because you're never at top speed on that course. So you're not going to use all that top speed that you can gain by having final drive at 0. You can just shorten it down. So realistically, you could be adjusting that final drive on each of the tracks to get the maximum performance out of that car on those tracks. But that's honestly probably the only setting you can do like that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the other ones. I don't think you can really take advantage of it on other ones. But yeah, I do it on drifting because I want to have a gear that has a lot of range in the middle of the third, let's say third. I try to stay in third when I'm drifting. So if the car is like, if it's like bogging down in third when I'm, you know, sending it around a large bend, I don't want it to bog. I want it to be sort of near the, I would say the middle or the higher end of the RPM range. So I will shorten the final drive in order to get that RPM up a little bit when I'm mid drift. Yeah, Centenario said it exactly what I was saying. Yeah, it's definitely track dependent.
Mm-hmm. You guys excited for Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown? Yes. Yeah, I am excited. It looks like it. I'm excited just to, you know, see what it's all about.
Yes, me too.
It looks pretty good. That last news that they came out with the like the ranked play and, you know, a lot more competitive stuff.
Multiplayer.
Looks pretty fun. Yeah. Looks pretty fun. It'll be cool to check out. Hopefully it delivers.
Yes. Yeah, I mean it certainly looks ambitious from a dev standpoint. It looks like it's very there's a lot of different like systems in that game. So I hope that they can actually bring it all together and not like cut something off in order to make it release on a certain, you know, timeline. But I don't know. I'm excited to give it a try.
Yeah. And the only gameplay that we saw didn't look too great, but it's to be expected because it's on like a super like an early alpha build of the game.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so a lot of people were watching that and thinking like, this does not look that good, but
no,
it's on a super early build. It's nowhere near the final product.
No, I hope that the driving doesn't let it down, because it seems like they got a lot of really creative ideas behind the game, and it seems like there's a bunch of different things that you can be doing or different reasons why you would be playing the game. I just hope that the driving itself doesn't feel terrible, because if it feels like shit, it's gonna ruin the whole game.
Go into it with low standards so you aren't disappointed. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it might be already too late for that for me. I think I'm excited to try it. I just don't want there to be some sort of big letdown, but it is what it is. All right, suck at drifting. Gotta go brush his teeth real quick.
Can we get a game to come out that's like finished?
No.
Like, I'd like to go back to like let's get a game that you buy the game and it's a finished game. Like,
yeah,
that'd be cool.
That'd be really cool. What's the last game that was close to that?
I don't know. It's been a long time. It's whatever you would just go down and buy a disc of, because that had to be a finished game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, now with everything being digital,
they don't have to finish them.
They're put up on like these crazy deadlines, so they just get it, you know, working to the best they can.
Yep.
And then they send it so everybody buys it, and then they take, you know, the time after that to make it work better instead of just giving you a finished product.
Yep. He said, "Nah, this remap might have put the leaderboards in trouble. Donzilla figured out he can remap his buttons, and now he's all pumped about it."
What'd you swap it to?
He probably swapped it to X and B. That's my guess. Or he's on PlayStation, so it's square and circle.
Like, that's how Forza was, right?
Yeah.
I think that's how the Forza shifting is.
Forza Motorsport 4 with the Ultimate had like 3 different discs.
Nice.
Dude, I'm trying to think right now what the last disc game I bought was. What was the last game that I bought on a disc? I was an early adopter of digital only. As soon as I knew I could just get it from the Xbox store, I just never looked back. I was like, dude, this is the way you buy games. I don't want to go to the store for anything. I don't want to stand in line at midnight to do things. I don't want to have to wait to install the game when I get back. I just want to have it on my console. And if I could do that via the internet, it is what it is.
I'm trying to think too. It had to have been like a Call of Duty.
That's the only thing I can think of is a Call of Duty.
Disc.
Dude, it has to be a Call of Duty. I just don't know which one it was. The last disc game was for Centenario was Need for Speed Carbon. Found it at a GameStop for like $5. That's cool.
Nice.
That's cool. Yeah, speaking of Need for Speed, man, we are hopefully we get some news here pretty soon. We are getting to the end of January. They did say in December, they said that they are not done updating Unbound. I know probably a lot of people are like, it's whatever. But I'm curious to see what they do with the game. Like if their plan is to keep going forward with Unbound, at least for the time being until they release another one. You know, I'm just curious what that looks like. What exactly do they plan to do with the game?
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully it's something good.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't mind going back and playing it, but there's nothing really
worth
to do
playing.
right now.
Yeah.
I feel like I've done it all a million times, and it's not fun enough to replay, in my opinion.
Well, it would be if there was like big events. Like, what if we had like a big event where it's like you and me and some guys from the you know, the viewers here, and we all were like driving whatever Subi, and we're just racing for fun. Like, that would be fun, but that has zero to do with what's actually in the game. We're literally just creating our own fun at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that would be fun.
Yeah.
But Automotive guy bought 2011 NASCAR on the Wii. That was his last disc.
Hell yeah,
dude. Okay, I mean, I don't want to sound mean, automotive guy, but like, is there any fun in a NASCAR game? Like, honestly.
Yeah, dude.
Seriously, have you played NASCAR games?
Have I played them?
Have you played any NASCAR game?
I don't think I have.
Okay.
But I can see the fun in it.
You can? Driving in a circle?
Yeah, because it's more than that. Like, do you not like NASCAR in general?
I'm not necessarily anti NASCAR, okay?
Like, the racing itself is so much more like intricate than what it looks like.
Oh, I know.
Like it just, totally. If you don't know what you're looking at, it does just look like cars driving in a circle. But what's actually going on is it's all about like the slipstream. It's all about the slipstream and finding your pack and which line has more cars in it. You want to try to get in the slip and work your way up and stuff. So I feel like it could be fun, like playing a game. I just never have.
I just don't know for how long is that going to be fun. Like, I like going 200 miles per hour and spinning cars. All right, fair enough, dude. Fair enough. Recently got iRacing and been doing ovals, and they absolutely are fun, but that's because everyone is good and it's 20 people at 200 miles an hour. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Makes sense. Donzilla still plays the Wii to this day. The Wii might have been the best selling console ever.
Wii was great.
I think it was so popular. It's ridiculous. I never owned one, by the way.
You didn't?
Nope.
I had one.
Nope. The only time I played the Wii was at my buddy's house, and the only thing we played was bowling.
Oh, you just played Wii Sports? Wii Sports was great.
Yeah.
I used to go to my cousin's house and we would play Super Monkey Ball. You know about Super Monkey Ball?
Wait, what's Super Monkey Ball? Why am I blanking on this? I've heard the name. Ball,
it's like a it's like a party game thing, kind of like Super Mario Party or something like that. But you're all like monkeys in like these balls. And there's a bunch of different game modes and stuff.
Oh, that is like what's that other game that's like that? Why can't I think of it? Fusion Frenzy. Do you remember Fusion Frenzy on Xbox?
Yeah. It's like Fusion Frenzy.
Oh, dude, Fusion Frenzy is legit. So that means Super Monkey Ball is probably pretty good.
Yeah, there was all kinds of different stuff you could play.
Yeah.
Like tons of different game modes and stuff. It was really fun.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. But I only played bowling, dude. That was it. That's all I did.
Yeah. Wii Sports bowling. It was great. That was also really fun, dude. Play bowling or like baseball, tennis, dude. It's great.
Yeah.
Go golfing.
Yeah. I didn't do any of that. We literally just played bowling.
You literally only did bowling?
That's it, dude. Every once in a while, I think we played tennis, but someone always got hit
Oh my
because we
god.
weren't paying attention.
Oh yeah.
Dude, we
That's the
we
one
just
thing
played
about the
bowling.
Wii, dude, is you had to have some freaking space.
Yeah,
You needed some room wherever you were playing.
yeah, yeah. The dude we played with, his brother was like super anal about everything, and so
Okay.
he would be super pissed if you didn't put the little wrist strap on. And it happened a few times where like we wouldn't have it on, and he would just turn it off and just take the controllers. Like you guys are done.
Yeah.
This was back in the
Well,
Counter-Strike days, dude. We used to play Counter-Strike at that same house. When I didn't have a PC, I could just play with him.
yeah. I will say the straps thing. I'd get why he's mad, bro.
Oh, I get it.
Was it his console?
I don't know. It might have been the
Oh.
house's console, but he was like the
Oh, okay.
older brother, so he like, the parent of the house,
Yeah. So my nephew has a VR, and he plays, I don't know, whatever games he plays, and he never puts his straps on, and he freaking throws the controllers around the house by accident. Like, dude, put your fucking straps on. Like, they're like throwing their arms all crazy, and then just slips out of their hand. It's
That's
like,
crazy.
Dude, gonna end up with a freaking hole in the wall.
It's wild. Donzilla says Wii Sports and Mario Kart. I didn't even play Mario Kart. NASCAR
I
has
didn't play
like
Mario Kart on Wii.
yeah. No, I played Mario Kart on like was it N64?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. NASCAR has 8 road courses on their schedule now, and they race in the wet on those. It's gotten a lot more interesting. That is
Nice.
true. I noticed that just from like, seeing random commercials or whatever on TV, or like, random highlights on ESPN or something. But I noticed that NASCAR is not turning left all the time anymore.
Yeah, they added some of the road courses go through the middle.
Yep.
Did you see they made the NASCAR for the 24-hour Le Mans? Did you see that?
I saw just a thumbnail, something on Instagram where there was a NASCAR that did very good.
Yeah, it was like outpacing like the majority of the cars in this freaking big old V8 NASCAR.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's wild. Automotive Wii Sports Resort pissed me off in basketball. You always gotta love a game that pisses you off, dude. Like, if it pisses you off but you still keep playing it, that is a good game, dude.
Yeah, it's because it pisses you off, but it's also rewarding.
Yes. That's straight up. What's that crazy game you played recently? Elden Ring. There you go.
Yeah. What a game.
Yeah, I need to play it.
That might have been one of the best games I played.
Like ever.
Yeah, it was so good. Sunk so much time into that in a short amount of time, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, in a short number of days, you put a lot of hours into it.
So many hours in that game. It was so good.
Oh, dude, the Patriots are fired up right now about the NASCAR talk, dude.
Yeah, dude.
the freaking the patriotism is wild, bro. We had to show Europe what a little freedom was.
Hell yeah, dude. That V8 bald eagle sing, dude.
Yep.
For 24 hours straight.
Yep. So
it was the loudest car there, dude.
Oh, for sure, dude.
The loudest car there.
Hell yeah, dude.
24 hours of Le Mans, dude. Big ass V8 just flying by.
The gearbox blew up, though.
Oh, did it?
All right. Well, we're not going to talk about that one, though.
All right, it wasn't 24 hours straight. All right.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. I'm not a huge motorsports fan, to be honest with you. Not that I'm not a fan, it's just not something that I follow that closely. I love the racing games, very fun, but I follow a little bit of F1. I don't watch NASCAR at all. I'm trying to think of other motorsports. I have watched some like Supercross.
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to watch Supercross all the time.
Yeah, I've watched some Supercross, but I'm not I don't know anybody in the game now. I was
Yes,
watching a little bit when Jeremy McGrath was like
mm-hmm.
top of the food chain.
Yeah, dude.
And then Stewart came through, and I watched a little bit of him, and that was about it.
Yeah.
Travis Pastrana did a backflip or a double backflip or whatever it was. I can't remember.
No, that was X Games, bro. That was after he raced.
No, I know, but I'm saying like Pastrana came in and did like the backflip on the motor, like on a X Games motorcycle, and it was just like, okay. And I was after that. It was I don't know. I grew up or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I used to watch motocross. I went to a Supercross event for my 6th birthday.
Oh, you did? You actually went to an event?
Yeah, my uncle bought tickets for us, like me and my dad. And,
how was that?
We went down there. I was 6. I still remember it though. It was sick, dude. It was sick.
Really?
I got my uncle actually after he went down to like where all the drivers were, and I have I don't know where they're in my garage, I think somewhere. I have signed posters of like everybody, like Travis Pastrana, Stewart, Jeremy McGrath, like all the freaking riders. I have signed posters of all of them.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was sick, dude.
That was 20 years ago. You believe that?
No.
Dude, when I think
21 years ago, bro.
Oh, damn.
I just turned 27.
That's right. You're 27 now. Damn,
Jesus,
21
bro.
years ago, dude.
21 years ago.
That's old enough to drink years ago. My goodness.
Crazy. But yeah. It was sick though, dude.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, dude. That's a great question, Stacy.
They were on my wall when I was younger. Like when I lived before I moved. And yeah. They got taken down and just never put back up.
You should dig those out, dude. Dig them out, throw them back up on the wall.
Yeah, if I still have them, I think they're in my garage. I don't know where they're
at. What got us into cars? What got me into? You know what got me into cars is I was getting my license at the right around the same time that Fast and the Furious was a thing. Like I got my license in the 90s. No, in the how old was I? 87? No, not in the 90s. In the 2000s, early 2000s. Man, that's a senior moment right there. I got my license in the early 2000s, and that was right when Fast and the Furious was a thing. So that really fueled, because it was such a cultural, cultural thing. It's like when you grew up in the 80s or whatever, and you grew up and Star Wars was, a thing. It was like such a cultural phenomenon that it kind of dictated what everybody was into. So like everybody I grew up with was into cars and driving fast and modifying stuff. And like, dude, it was freaking every single Civic that drove down the road had an exhaust on it. Everybody was into underglow. Everybody was trying to buy spoilers. Like, it was just nuts. You would put you buy a car, instantly put a big sound system into it. It was just modifying and doing crazy stuff was crazy. Ricers, yeah, exactly.
Ricers,
honestly,
exactly, I'm a huge Rice fan, bro.
Yeah, me too. Ricers. Rice is great, dude. To steal the joke from Mitch Hedberg, Rice is great when you need 2,000 of something. Star Wars came out in the 70s. Oh, that's right, it did come out in the 70s. Sure, whatever. But thank you for the correction. But yeah, it's if you there's a few of those things that happened, where it was just, it led it kind of dictated how the culture was acting.
Yeah. So all that was like already going on by the time like I was,
well, yeah,
in high school or whatever, like looking into getting a car or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, though, I grew up like motocross, like riding dirt bikes, like motorsports, and I think my dad used to watch NASCAR.
Okay.
Like a little bit, like not very often, but like he was kind of into it because like his dad, I think I told you before, his dad was a stock car driver.
You did say that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, his dad used to race cars and stuff, so it's just kind of always I don't know, motorsports in general. I've kind
Did
of always been around.
did your family come from Kansas City?
No.
That's just where they're at now. Where did they live? Like your dad's family, your dad's parents, and all that.
Where did they live? I think Pennsylvania. I think that's where. So a crazy story. My grandpa, my dad's dad, he grew up on a farm in a shed
Oh, geez.
with like, I think it was like 15 siblings.
Wow.
Like straight up, like working a farm on a shed, like
Nice.
living in a shed, like sleeping on the ground type shit.
Yeah.
That's how he grew up.
That's
Isn't
wild.
that insane?
Yeah, that's wild.
That's insane. Yeah.
It's
That's yeah.
wait, what year was that though? That's your grandpa or your
That's
great
my
grandpa? That's
my
your grandpa.
my dad's dad.
Dude, that's
yeah.
not even like, that's barely 2 generations.
Yeah. Yeah, he grew up working on a farm, sleeping on the ground in a shed with freaking like 15 siblings.
That's so wild, dude.
And then yeah, I don't know what happened. He ended up in California or whatever. And then my mom's parents are from Oklahoma,
Okay.
and they also grew up out working on like cotton fields in Oklahoma.
Okay. Man, wild. I was just wondering because I know the middle of the country tends to like motorsport a little bit more, specifically NASCAR, stock
Yeah.
car racing, that type of stuff. Like I think the middle of the country definitely gravitates towards that a little bit more than the coast. And
Yeah.
now that you're over there in the Pacific region of this country,
So yeah, both my both sides of my family and the grandparents were like farmers.
yeah, yeah, automotive guys is mainly because it's empty. That's true. That's true. I recently, last year I drove, or last year, was it last year? Yeah, maybe a few months ago. I drove through the whole South, basically, like started in Texas, went through like Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina, all the way up to North Carolina. Like that drive there's a lot of nothing out there, dude. A lot of space. Then it makes me think about when I lived in California, like how many you drive down the highway and you're like, dude, where are all these people? Why are they here? There's so much space, dude. Just spread out a little. Why are we all right here on top of each other?
Yeah.
Same thing with New York. I've never been to New York, but I can imagine it's the same.
Yeah, I've never been to New York. A lot of people, that's like a place they want to go. I don't care to go to New York. It
Not
looks
even
awful.
like to.
It looks awful.
It does look awful. It's like going to San Francisco, bro.
It looks
It's
so
like, I don't want to go to
stupid.
San
I'm like,
Francisco.
yeah, every time I see anything of like people in New York, it's like, oh, I can't believe I'm in New York. It's like, why? It looks freaking terrible.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like such a bad time.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's
that's just
terrible,
me. Sorry, anybody that lives there. I'm talking about like the main city, like New York
Yeah,
City,
New
like
York City.
Times Square area.
Yeah.
Like that shit looks terrible.
It does.
I don't care to visit at all.
Man, I do want to visit just to see it, just to be there in person. But it's one of those things I probably only do once in my life. I definitely don't want to be there for too long. He said, good luck getting out without getting robbed.
I don't know.
That's hilarious. Centenario moved to Texas, drove from Arizona. That's actually the route. Did you go on the southern route, Centenario? So like you went through what's that city right on the border of Mexico? I can't remember. Oh man, I'm blanking right now. Anyway, there's like a couple of routes that you can go to get through Texas or get to Texas. You can go the little bit more northern route, and then there's the southern route. I actually took the southern route, El Paso. That's right. El Paso is where we went through when we moved here too, and we went through Arizona and then New Mexico and then Texas. And dude, you're not even joking. Just literally nothing. You can't see anything. It's just desert for thousands of miles, or 1,000 miles. Yeah, that's crazy. Not thousands, obviously, but
It looks
1,000
like
miles.
thousands.
It feels like thousands, bro. You're just driving on this 2, 3, 4 lane highway for so much. Centenario, did you see The Thing? Dude, The Thing. If you guys want to see something funny, there's like 1 million billboards on the way, like when you're going through Arizona and New Mexico. It's called The Thing, and it like advertises it on the billboard. It's like this, it looks awesome. It's like this some sort of alien or dinosaur thing. Like, it's The Thing, and there's a billboard every like quarter mile that has a The Thing billboard on it, and you get so hyped up because you see this for like, I think 150 miles. So you've seen like 100 billboards before you actually get to where the thing is. And I'm not even joking, dude. It's a freaking gas station with like a walkthrough. I don't even know what it is. We didn't even go in. We didn't even go in. We went to the gas station. We didn't even go in. He said, I was not aware of the thing. Dude, look it up on Google. It's weird.
Where was it at?
I think it's in New Mexico. It's a fake mummified alien. There you go. I think it's in New Mexico. Anyway, it's like this. It's a pretty large gas station.
Yes.
And but what's funny is we had a flat tire. Like as we were pulling up to that exit, we had to get off on that exit. We had to get off. It was like the thing pulled us into this situation, and we still didn't go see it. I don't know why, but anyway.
Apparently, they also had a sign by a 1937 Rolls Royce that mentions it might have been used by Hitler.
Oh Jesus!
I'm just reading the wiki here, dude. Like, what the hell?
Wait, the Rolls Royce might have been used by Hitler?
Dude.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, hey, check this out.
Oh, dude, we also have Hitler memorabilia. Oh my god, it's like so funny.
What the thing is, it looks like a mummified, like, Native
alien
American. No, not even alien. It looks like a native. Like
that's silly, dude.
Like a tribe member.
Oh geez. Okay.
Looks very fake.
Aren't there dinosaurs in there? I think there's dinosaurs in there.
I don't know. It's just what I've seen on the wiki.
Only cool part was a random hotel we stopped at. There's a car transporter with like 6 new Lucid Airs on it. Completely unexpected. That's just funny.
Great. This is literally just something that they try to make money in the middle of nowhere off of.
100%, and it works. The place is busy.
Yeah, you got nothing else to do. You're driving through nothing for hours, and they're like, "All right, we'll stop."
They advertise it like crazy. So I don't know what kind of deal they got on the billboards though. It was like buy one get 99 for free, because they got every freaking billboard for like 100 miles, dude.
There's nothing out there. They just put them up themselves.
They constructed them. They're just made out of like random 2x4s that they took from the one house that got that burned down or something. Oh my goodness. It definitely, dude, the marketing was nuts, dude. It was fire. It got us for sure. It definitely got us. Like, we were thinking about stopping. Got my best gas mileage ever in New Mexico, so I'll give them that. That's because of the wind, bro. The wind going through New Mexico was nuts. There's so many signs that are like, be careful, or if in the event of a dust storm, please stop, or something like that. It's like, be careful for dust storms, you have to stop. You can't drive through it. We didn't get one, so it was fine. Yeah, Tracer, it literally was, dude. It was like, I don't know. It was the only gas station for a long way. And we luckily we got a flat right before that. Like right before it. Like maybe, I don't know. Like less than like an eighth of a mile before that stop, we got a flat tire. So we had to stop. They sell a lot of knickknacks and tchotchkes. Did you have to look up the spelling of tchotchkes? Because that is a stupid word.
Isn't a tchotchke a knickknack? Isn't it the same thing?
I have no idea, dude.
I thought a tchotchke is a nickname. I thought it was the same thing.
No, this place had knickknacks and tchotchkes.
Yes, they are the same. The same. They got them both.
They got both of them, dude. They did have so many.
I think that word tchotchkes is so funny.
It's a
'Cause I
dumb
feel like
word, bro.
the majority of people have no idea what that means. I think it's not a common word,
No, it's
but
not.
it's so funny.
No, but when you say it, dude, in the
It's
context of what you're saying, you definitely know what you're talking about. If you never heard the word tchotchkes before, but you said it, like this gas station we went to, like all these little random tchotchkes everywhere, people would know kind of what you were saying.
oh, my bad, Scenario. You're right. You're right. One's a knick-knack and one's a tchotchke.
That's
right.
true. That is true. I
was gonna say I haven't been around enough knickknacks or tchotchkes to like tell the difference. Like, how do I know if I pick up a knickknack or if I'm picking up a tchotchke?
I don't know, dude.
Just a feeling, like you just know it.
I guess. I don't know. But you know what pisses me off? Both of those words have dumb letters in the very beginning. That's my point. That's my problem with it.
You just know. All right.
I don't
cool.
want any of those in my house because they have stupid letters for the front of the word.
Yeah. Just thinking about it, dude. I don't think I have enough knickknacks or tchotchkes in my house.
Yeah, I don't have. Do I have any?
I need to go tchotchke shopping.
I might have one or two tchotchkes. I think I got a tchotchke from my grandma for Christmas. I'm pretty sure I did.
I'm just thinking about anybody listening has no.
They have no idea what we're talking about. Yeah, there we go. We did get one for Christmas. My grandma got
Nice,
us a full-on tchotchke with a capital T. And grandmas and tchotchkes go hand in hand, definitely. And if they don't, if your grandma's like, I'm not about those tchotchkes, she for sure is about knickknacks. Like that's 100%. There's no grandma that's like, fuck knickknacks and tchotchkes, dude. There's no grandma like that.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of tchotchkes, but I do love some knickknacks.
Yeah, that's a bad grandma, dude. If she's not about tchotchkes or knickknacks, one of them, that's a bad grandma. It's like a mom that smokes in the house. To steal a Shane Gillis joke. That's a bad grandma, dude. A Tinker Toy. Okay. Dude, when's the last time you've even seen a Tinker Toy?
I don't even know.
Do you even know what that is? I think you're too young for Tinker Toy. I think I'm too young for Tinker Toys.
Sounds pretty familiar.
Yeah. Just goog. Just give it a quick goog.
Quick goog.
Suck It Drifting is back, dude. That was so long to brush your teeth, my man. This boy has some fresh teeth, dude. Straight up pearly whites. He's brushing for an hour.
Yep, I've never had a Tinker Toy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm seeing them and I know what they are, but I've never had them.
So maybe I'm wrong, but I'm gonna describe a Tinker Toy. You can tell me if I'm wrong because I don't really remember exactly what it is. But it's a little like it's a little like circular like cylinder things, and then they have like the sticks that poke into them, right? And you can build things with them.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You know what I used to play with when I was young, bro? I used to have a bunch of Lincoln Logs.
Hell yeah, Lincoln Logs go hard as fuck, dude.
They're so good.
Lincoln Logs are great. They have this this place over by our house that's like, I don't know, it's like a kids whatever, like center. It's like a, I don't even know what you want to call it, like a discovery whatever. It's like, it's not like a YMCA, but it's like kind of like that. Anyway, they have these giant Lincoln Logs, dude. These guys, they have these, they're like this big around, dude, and you can build really cool like big houses and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Automotive guy, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
I just had like a big bag full of Lincoln Logs, dude.
Yeah.
Build all kinds of cabins.
Yes. 100%. Oh, dude, Scenario has no idea what Tinker Toys are. They just wanted to add it to the weird names.
It's just a name he knew.
He's like, this is funny.
Stacey said the original Connects. I didn't like Connects. They're too many little pieces. They're too many little pieces, man.
Come on.
With, what were the other ones called? Like Magnetics or something? It was like the little magnet balls with the sticks.
I don't remember those ones. No.
Those ones also sucked.
It's like, dude, remember those things? Those were terrible. Okay.
Yeah, they're called magnetics. They were just little steel
Magnetics.
balls, and then they had like little magnet pieces.
Yeah. I didn't know how else to describe it, Stace. Like, it's not a YMCA. It's not like a community center. It's like a, I don't know, you like pay to go in there and play with all kinds of these little things with like kids. You know, there's like little car tracks and little jumps and like all these little Legos, and like they can just go around and like play with stuff, you know? It's like a like an activity center or something. But you have to pay to go in. Like it's like $7, whatever. Your kid just gets to run around and play with other kids.
Yeah, it's kind of cool though.
Yeah. And it's more like is creative the right word for it? I don't know. It's like very like exploring different things. Like it makes the kid it's not just like go in there and play with video games, you know what I mean? It's like you have to like, it's more a little bit more on the sciencey side of things, building things and playing with things. And yeah, anyway, there is one really bad wall of toys in there that really pisses me off that they have in there. It's like a full wall of different like electrical stuffs. Like there's outlets and there's switches and there's little knobs and there's things, and I'm like, that's not something that you show to a 2 or 3 year old. Here, go play with this electrical outlet. And I think the idea is like to feed like kids that are like very, I don't know, like handy or whatever. Like it's for the handy, you know, the parents that are handy and their kid wants to be handy, and there's like little hammers and little stuff like that. So it's like that type of thing, but it's really stupid because 2 and 3 year olds are over there just sticking everything into the electrical outlets that are not real outlets. They're just like messing around with them and stuff and flicking all the switches. And
my little freaking baby nephew right now crawling around, he's trying to stick his fingers in every outlet and open every drawer and everything he can already. So yeah, giving them a place where they can actually do that and then taking them back home.
It's crazy.
And then try to do it when it's like live electricity.
It's stupid.
Yeah, it's not very good.
It's not a very smart move on their part, dude. Not at all. They're gonna learn at some point. In 2nd grade, I touched a paper clip. Someone stuck in an outlet.
This out. I got, when I was young, I still have this quarter. I stuck a quarter in an outlet and it fucking burnt the shit out of the quarter.
That is wild, dude.
I zapped the shit out of myself. I straight up put it in there like a freaking slot.
How did you get the quarter in like far enough for it to do anything?
I don't know, but I got electrocuted like a motherfucker.
Yeah, of course, dude. That's Professor Patchy Beard, dude. It burnt, dude. It burnt the shit out of that quarter. Jesus, dude. That's hilarious.
I love it on my trophy stand. You know?
I was gonna say, I love that it's on. I love that it's on display. But your signed posters are still in the garage. Like, nah, dude. This right here. This is a badge of honor. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Survivor, exactly.
Yeah, I was young. I was in like I don't even know, like 3rd or 4th grade.
That's a little old to be sticking things in outlets, dude.
All right. Well, yeah, I was what do you call it? Very bored. It was like the start of the whole restaurant stuff in Loma Linda. That was at the restaurant in Loma Linda.
Yeah.
I was in an office in the back of the building. Stuck a quarter in it.
I still don't get how the quarter made it far enough. Like the outlets are not big around here. I still don't understand how the quarter made it far enough in to do anything.
I have no idea, dude.
A quarter's big, dude. You can't stick a quarter in an outlet. You're making me want to try.
It did it. Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Do it with like a pair of gloves on or something. It's wild.
You can blow a fuse, bro.
I know. I can't do that. I really can't take a chance on any electrical problems in my life because I've got too much stuff in this room that relies on electricity and internet. I'm screwed, dude. If the power goes out, like I can't make anything. I can't do anything with the power out. I can't believe you barbecued that quarter.
Yeah, dude. Seemed crazy. I still have it.
Yeah, that's wild. Wild that you kept it this long.
Yeah.
That's funny, dude.
I think my mom had it, and then she gave it to me not that long ago.
Oh,
She's
really?
Like, look what
She
I
kept
found.
it?
And I was like, yeah. She's like, look what I found. And I was like, oh, sick.
That makes more sense then. I thought
Yeah, I
you
was
did
thinking-
it and you were just like, I'm keeping this forever.
No, my mom had it somewhere. I don't know. She found it like a few months ago.
That's funny.
She's like, look, you remember this? I was like, yes.
That's so silly. Dude, I have to pee so bad. I've been holding it for like 40 minutes. So we should wrap it up, dude.
Yeah,
It's almost
fine.
11. We've been going for 2 hours.
All good.
Let's call it a stream. Shout out to the guys that hung out all the entire time with us. Thank you so much, and everybody that came by and said what's up. Colonel says, why don't Motorfest use F1 tracks online? I'm not sure, dude. We were actually just talking about that a little earlier in the stream. But yeah, I'm not sure. That'd be a good idea. But anyway, let's end it, bro. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm gonna go pee and then work on some more content.
Yeah. All right.
All right,
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.